Heyo, coming at you again from the White Mountains. It's time for another channeling. It's a beautiful day here in Arizona. And speaking of Arizona, both Tara and I left California. And it wasn't because of Gavin Newsom, but it was because, I don't know, there's too many people in the energy of Gavin Newsom, if you know what I mean. That lizard keeps acting crazy. Coming out for the folks. But that's why we left California. I think too many people were in the energy of Gavin Newsom, and maybe we don't understand that energy. We want to get more acquainted, more familiar with it. I believe it's the lower timeline, the lower 3D timeline, the transhumanistic timeline. That's what he's pushing. We just learned that he's mandating mRNA injections into all school children. Mandating. So that's a lower vibration, I think. But we'll find out as much as we can about it here today. If Tara's ready to go.
Ready.
You're ready. Look at that view behind her. Let's see if we can get it there. All right. So who are we connected to today?
Okay, I have connected to my higher self, but I have Gavin Newsom's energy in front of me. I just haven't unzipped his higher self yet.
All right. Take a second. I'm going to go show the people the view. Tell me when you're ready. Look at that. Been overcast the last few days and rainy, but now the sun is out, powering up everyone's solar systems, helping them maintain their independence from government. You know the drill.
Okay.
Okay. What you got?
So it took a while to unzip his higher self because there was all these different selves popping up first, and they felt fake. So it took a while to get to what was behind it all. It's one of those little, like, grays, the short ones.
Okay. The Zeta Reticuli, perhaps. Grays.
Yeah, it's like almost like in the Wizard of Oz, you know, how it's just like a little guy behind the curtain. Yeah, it's like a little guy at the controls and trying to appear bigger than he is.
Okay. Is this little gray a service to self entity?
Yes.
Is he a fourth dimensional consciousness?
Yes.
What is his objective here on Earth?
Chaos.
It wishes.
Create chaos.
What is the purpose of this chaos?
He's showing, and he's laughing all the while, like he's just having a ball. He wants to implement things or say things that allows people to utilize their own free will to create their own chaos. So he really, it's not like he's got power over them or, you know, has injured anybody physically himself, but like to say a word and that word triggers so many people in a different way that they create their own chaos. And for him, he loves to, or it loves to watch humanity fight each other.
Is this for its own personal pleasure?
He gets pleasure out of it, but it's actually part of a mission of several of them. It helps to stunt people from rising above their ego. Within chaos, it's harder for people to wake up, but it also does help certain people to wake up.
Does this being wish to hurt humanity or help humanity?
He's not so concerned with humanity as much as the souls within the humans, um, keeping the human from being fully connected to that soul.
Ah, so does he have something against the souls who have chosen to incarnate in Earth?
I was being shown like the cows here in our area and how much it would make the ranchers upset if their cows got away. And it's like these souls incarnating on earth somehow have escaped something, or something about it escape. Like it's harder to control them on earth or whenever they're incarnated in whatever form, because there's so much free will. They're free, they're totally free. And you don't really have that much control over your cattle if they can wake up and make their own decisions. They
Be-
may decide not to come back to you.
Is this because this entity and beings like it are harvesting our negative vibrations, our emotions, our feelings, our actions, our thoughts?
I just keep being shown that they think we are their property. We're their cattle, their property, and we're beyond their fences right now. That's scary. So make the cows fight each other. Maybe they'll come back home.
I'm still a little confused about what this entity benefits from creating this chaos. It's not a master in the system, is it?
No, they're more like told to enact
They're
certain,
servants.
they're servants.
So if he's a servant, what does he gain from all this? He just pleases
It's
his masters?
personal pleasure for him. Also, they feel like they're in the good graces of those they work for. But also, they all feel from the top to the infinite bottom that the cattle must come home. You must do whatever it takes to steer them away from their missions here on earth, to use their free will against them, to block their ascension. If they don't ascend, they go back to you.
Okay. Um, can we talk more about Gavin Newsom, the 3D version of this entity?
Okay,
What are we connected with here?
his 3D self.
Is his 3D self aware of his higher self?
Mm, it's a little hard to say. That
Is the
part might be blocked.
ah is Gavin Newsom aware of things outside of 3D?
Yes,
He knows about 4D.
yes.
He knows about 5D.
Mm, unsure.
So Gavin Newsom knows what role he's playing in a greater picture.
Yes,
What is that role?
it's almost in a perfect alignment with his higher self, but just in a 3D version. You have your, technically, each state, the way we've divided it as people, is almost like a rancher's borders. So you have the state of California and all the cattle within it, and you can tell the cattle what to do, but since they have their free will within that state, they can choose to ignore or to leave that ranch. So his objective is to gain as many obedient cattle as possible. He knows that this is his objective. He knows that what he says and what he does will either be repulsive to some who will not be in alignment with that energy, and it will be a godsend to others. Those are the ones he is looking for.
He's looking to create chaos in the people who idolize him.
Yes. The more they find power outside of themselves, somebody greater, smarter, more authority, the less they find power within. It's a 3D version of sucking somebody dry.
Energetically, he's sucking these people through fear, manipulation.
Yes, for his greater good.
What is his greater good? What is his goal through all this in 3D?
Gather enough followers, not just in the state of California, but he's with other sort of leaders, from the highest leaders to the lowest ranks, to gain as many followers as possible. Almost like a cult.
Is this the World Economic Forum?
Yes.
Yes. Who is Gavin Newsom's direct superior?
Shadowed.
He won't tell you?
All I see is a shadow.
Will his higher self tell you?
Schwab.
Schwab. Okay, the leader of the WEF. Who is Schwab's direct superior?
A person I've never seen before.
Are they human?
Sort of.
Are they on Earth?
Like they're here and they're not here.
They come and go as they please?
Mm-hmm.
Are they fourth dimensional?
It's hard to say. It looks 3D and 4D.
Okay, they're on the fringe somehow?
Yes.
Are they using technology to do this?
Through aeronautics, the space programs
Okay,
around the world.
so they're taking our money, using it under the guise of space programs to develop technology to help enslave us?
Yes. But we can't do it without our consent.
We consent through taxes?
Anytime you feel powerless, you consent, because you consent to give your power away. If you choose to pay them and you say, I have no choice, you've made the choice to have no choice. So they're collecting as many of their cult followers as they can. If they lose a few here and there, that is no concern for them. They need to regain control of the planet.
Why don't they fear the human awakening?
They feel there's too much chaos amongst the people to see what is actually the cause of that chaos, so they feel confident. People cannot, much of the perspective is limited.
What is their next plan to create chaos?
Rise of the false divine feminine.
World leaders who are feminine in positions of power, who are from the cabal or the WEF?
Yes, the divine feminine will rise to, which they say, to seek to bring balance into this chaos. We will stop the fighting amongst you. We will bring equality. We will end suffering. We will end poverty. We will end sickness.
How will they use this to leverage against humanity?
Again, seeking power outside of yourself. But this will reach those who have been waiting for this, those who are on the fringe.
It will feel like progress, but in reality, it's a lower vibration.
It's another enslavement.
What can we do to resist this?
Gain perspective, see beyond. Everyone must connect to their internal power, to their highest self. They must see that as a whole, we have created our own leaders. We have created our own masters. It's unclear why we've asked to be enslaved. But the time for that is over. People need to find the power within. But also, to find power within means that you can't hate someone else. For the false divine feminines, for the Gavin Newsoms, for the Schwabs in the world, if you yourself are the most powerful being, and we all are, how can you hate them? You realize they are divine. You are divine. They release. You release their shackles. They have no more power. It is not beneficial to try to enslave a people that realizes their own power. From the smallest of life forms on earth to the greatest. This is what the light is working towards. It is not to fight the darkness. It is not to hate the darkness. It's to realize that we're all divine. Then there are no borders.
All right, we thank you for all that information and that channeling. Ask Tara to come back into her body. Maybe drink some water, get out of the sun. Your face is in the sun a little bit.
Oh. Ooh.
The sun's intense out here.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah,
All my
how was
joints
that?
locked up.
That was profound.
I feel a little sweaty now.
Yeah. Well, you're in the sun, that's fine.
Okay, well, it feels good.
Well, I don't think we have to say anything other than that. I think that says it all right there, folks. Time to wake up. If not, that's your choice. So, thanks for watching. We appreciate all your suggestions, and bye.
Bye.